Hello and welcome to the lecture, The Functions of Mass Media for M01 Intro to Mass Comm at Moorpark College. My name is Professor Kelsey Stewart. Mass communication studies is considered the study of how people exchange information through mass media. Mass communication is a process in which a person, group of people, or organization sends a message through a channel of communication to a large group of anonymous people and organizations. Mass media is considered any means, usually type of technology, that is used to distribute information to a large group of people. Here we have the functions of mass communication. We have surveillance, correlation, cultural transmission, and entertainment. Surveillance. Mass communication exists to observe and inform. Mass media keeps citizens informed of news and events. In emergency situations, mass media announcements offer warnings and instructions. Surveillance is in full swing right now as Americans and the world anxiously seek updates on the coronavirus. What is the death toll for the state? Where are the drive-by testing centers? What is the estimated peak of the virus? As citizens and consumers, we depend on mass media to keep us informed on the latest updates. Correlation, mutual relationship. Traditional news outlets were tasked with selecting newsworthy information. Broadcasters and journalists would then do the interpreting of the information and the informing. Today, the power of releasing news stories is not only in the hands of mainstream media. Social media has established enough power in content to establish a form of authority in the news. Facebook and fake news. The Verge recently recovered an article that touched on the lives of content managers with Facebook. According to an article in smallbusiness.com, the correlation function is not in the hands of Facebook executives, and Facebook doesn't claim it to be so. In January of 2018, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg determined that users themselves could decide the difference between real and fake news when he wrote, "We could try to make that decision ourselves, but that's not something we're comfortable with." It's an interesting thought. Cultural transmission and influence. Although the first two functions are to provide and interpret news and information, the third allows media to reflect and influence societal norms. The media serve as transmitters of cultural messages, letting the masses understand what are considered acceptable forms of behavior. Cultural transmission, however, evolves. What was once taboo can be the norm when enough people embrace it and when the media reports on it. The media serves as an influencer in social norms. The news may be what's happening on TV or social media, but it can also be what's happening on television stations and YouTube channels. Media also serves as cultural transmitters that educates and entertains. Long before the advent of mass media, people were forced to entertain themselves. They may have participated in activities or attended live events. The advent of mass communication enabled viewers and listeners to see and hear and learn in real time from wherever they are. Social media platforms take that entertainment factor even further. You no longer need to rely on a radio broadcaster or producers to provide your entertainment. Any kid with a smartphone can upload a silly video to YouTube and make you laugh for hours. Theories whose roots were at the dawn of mass communication are still relevant today, even though these forms of communication continue to evolve. We no longer need to rely on nightly news to be informed about what is going on. Mass media and its digital media counterparts have allowed for constant inclusion into the going-ons. In summary, mass media serves several general and many specific functions. It seeks to serve elements of information, interpretation, bonding, and diversion in a type of communication that is relevant to a diverse demographic. Today, we are constantly seeking information and communication, both with one another and with major sources of media outlets. It is essential to understand the functions of mass communication so that we are prepared to analyze the mediums that make up this vast, diversified field of information. Thank you for tuning in. for the functions of mass communication, and I'll see you for our next lecture.